Hi, I'm Brent Bull. Today we're here on Main Streets. We're here with Saul Sosa and his 64 Chevy 2. Me and Wayne are going to sit down and talk to him and learn a little bit about the car, a little bit about him and where we used to go when we used to race back in the day with him. Hi, here today we're sitting here with Wayne and Saul. We're going to talk to him a little bit about his racing, his history. You got a little 64 Chevy 2 back there. This is what you had from the beginning as far as I know.
Yeah, that was my high school car. Brother bought the car when I was 5 years old. Kind of everybody in the family drove it, and then I ended up with it, and just kind of took off from there.
Lost his virginity in it.
Yeah.
That's another story. He has pictures.
Now this thing started out as a small block. It was what, like a 383 or something back then?
Yeah, back then when I was racing a lot, it was a 383. Gerald Brand built that motor for me.
Yeah, I use Gerald too.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, man.
It's like everybody's using him.
In fact, he's gonna do some tech tips for us. He's so busy right now being racing season, but we're eventually gonna get some stuff from him too. So
there you go.
You'll get to meet him. He's a great guy.
Right.
He is good people. It's got a 468 in it now. It's got two kits on it. 13-to-1 motor. Solid Cryer camshaft.
I use Cryer too.
It's a solid, it's not even a roller?
It's not even a roller.
Wow.
Yeah. The cam that was in it before was a Cryer cam, and that short block, I just freshened it up this winter. Before that short block's been together for 20 years.
Jeez.
So
you've got some use out of it.
Got some use, and so I got my money's worth out of that one.
Hell yeah.
So, I took it and thought it was time to freshen it up. Took it to Gerald. Really didn't change a whole lot. Just put an actual nitrous grind camshaft in it. Did a little bit of intake work on it. It's got a set of Brodex 2Xs on it. 1050 Dominator. All MSD ignition. Car's a ladder bar coilover car. 9-inch in the rear.
Right.
My buddies Mark, Vaughn, and Jeff Cook, they helped me do all the suspension work to it. Mustang 2 front end also.
That Mustang 2 upgrade is amazing.
Yeah, that's the best
really
money I ever
helps
spent
control
on.
a car.
Yeah. Before it was like curb to curb. You had to really
fight that bitch.
You had to and that was just driving it around. Racing it just went straight. But driving it around, it was
that's because the fucking wheels weren't touching.
Right, exactly.
You're just skimming,
just barely on there.
But how long has it been a ladder bar car? Because I know back when we used to race 20 years ago, it was pretty much a stock deal when you had your 383. I mean, we used to go out to 44th and.
Yeah, it was a single leaf, Lakewood traction bar car. It had front end limiters on it. I just played around with the suspension as much as I could to get it hooking.
Right.
Car didn't have the biggest motor back then, or the fastest motor, I should say. But one thing I always did try to work on was getting it to leave.
Yeah. Well, the race is won in 60 feet.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much, if you can get out on a motherfucker, you don't have to have a lot of horsepower to pull you back in.
The fastest car don't always win.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I proved that many a time.
Oh, yeah.
Because, guys would come down with cars that were 4 times what my car was, as far as money invested.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd still whoop them bitches because they couldn't get it to hook.
Well, being a Ford guy, he had to prove that not the fastest guy always wins.
Whatever.
I used to have a Ford. I got rid of it.
I've had several Mustangs myself. I know you got drag radials on the car. Is that pretty much what you stick with, or do you ever put slicks on it?
The drag radials, I just recently tried out a couple years ago. Really never even thought about trying them, but that streetcar takeover race came to Oklahoma City, and one of the classes they had that my car kind of fit in, you had to have drag radials. So I thought, I'll give it a shot. So I bought them and put them on there, and cars made its fastest pass on drag radials.
Really?
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, and the car just was. The car really never gets out of hand going down the track, but it just felt like just driving down the highway. It was, they're those new Mickey Thompson Pro drag radials.
Right.
And they're a pretty awesome tire. Another thing, the 60 foot's improved quite a bit. The car never really would pull wheelies or anything like that, and it really doesn't anymore still. But it'll daylight the tires, about 6 inches, and then just the car just takes off.
Just carrying them.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
That's perfect.
Yeah, pretty happy with them.
Is that on one kit or?
That's on, one kit. Yeah. I'm going to try to
Do you leave on one kit?
Or I do. Yeah.
Leave on one, bring the other one in? Mm-hmm. Have you ever left on 2 kits?
No, I'm going to try that this...
Shave your balls.
Yeah. this
They'll
deal.
get caught up in your underwear.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You do a lot of street driving in this thing?
I do. I used to drive it a lot. We just recently got an older first gen Camaro, and it's an LS deal, which runs on pump gas.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's orange.
Orange and white stripes,
it's
yeah.
nice.
Really fun car. So we drive that more now because, like I said, that one's 13 to 1, so it'll run on nothing but, 110.
Right, it gets
You know.
expensive.
Yeah, $7 a gallon gets pricey pretty quick.
Exactly.
So
I noticed that a lot of people are starting to do this no prep racing. I think I've seen you out there a couple of times. You like doing that kind of stuff?
I do. It is a little more risky. You see some of the cars kind of get out of hand on the big end, but does give you, it kind of evens the playing field a little bit, because in that deal the fastest car doesn't always win.
Right.
But you definitely have to be, or always when you're racing, you got to be on your toes. But when you're doing that no prep stuff, you really have to, you can just kind of feel it in the seat of your pants when the car is kind of starting to want to let loose and just barely wiggle a little bit.
Do you have any data recorder on it?
No.
What ignition do you run?
My car is as old school as you can get. It's just an MSD 6A box
And a blaster coil.
and a blaster coil.
That's what y'all were talking about the other day
yeah,
on
when you
Mike's
said that
video.
the other day, I just
Yeah.
cracked up laughing because I was like, and to be honest with you, that's the MSD box that I bought like right out of high school.
That's funny because we was at work and my boss was like, when y'all were making fun of that, he's like, "That's what I run, them son of a bitches making fun of my shit." I was like, "No, they were just telling how old it was."
I got like 5 at the fucking shop. I
Oh
can't
yeah, on
sell this
Craigslist
thing.
you can get it for $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, my boss has got a pretty nasty 68 Camaro, and he's got the MSD blaster coil and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
on there, and he's
I
like, "Them son of
guarantee
a
you
bitches
though,
make fun
you
of my
put that
shit."
75-31 on that fucker, you'll pick up 210s.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah, it's great, but it's pricey.
It
Right.
is, yeah. And that's one thing that I was talking to Gerald about was the ignition deal, about the 75-31 and all that good stuff. And he's got one that I guess it's actually what he uses on his dyno.
Right.
And it'll do a lot of stuff. It'll pull timing and
Individual cylinders.
right,
type
and,
shit.
yeah. And
We
it'll
love
also
it.
data log, which is something I kind of like to,
Oh yeah. We found out that the gold car was getting light at the other end. She was kind of drive shaft RPM was going up past the motor, so
Really?
yeah.
wow.
So we had to adjust the shock settings and get that shit right. So
Technology.
it's really knowledgeable. I never liked it. Fuck, I just wanted a button.
Those poor
You
guys
just want to
can't
get in it
afford-
and push the gas pedal.
Those poor guys can't afford all that shit. We got to do it with old school stuff,
Hey, Wayne ain't going to college.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I went to college, just for the women though.
How'd that work out for you?
Don't ask.
I noticed the interior on that thing is like bone stock.
It is,
It
yeah.
it don't even look like a
it's
race
really
car in
good.
there.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Apart from the shifter.
Apart from the shift, well, it's got Kirky seats in it,
Yeah.
but which those are really comfortable, surprisingly.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, it's got a factory back seat in it. It's got all factory door panels.
What's it weigh?
It weighs 3,515 pounds.
Holy fuck.
I would not think
With-
that car weighed that
with
much.
me.
How much
in it.
Bondo you got on that mother?
Not a lot, really. Well, and I took it to the, and everybody's always asked me. I'm like, oh, it weighs 29.75, because that was what it weighed when it had the small block in it and didn't have
Oh,
a
yeah.
cage and all that other good stuff. And I took it to the track at the end of last year, and I thought I'm going to weigh it and just see. And I thought something was wrong with the scale. I pulled the car back off, put it back on the scale, and I was really surprised it was that heavy. But it's other than the fiberglass hood, it's all there.
I've got some digital scales at the shop if you ever want to
Yeah.
put it on that and check it.
Yeah.
Check all the corner weights. We can do that.
Yeah, that's something I've been wanting to do is scale the car. So yeah, that'd be nice.
Y'all did a good job of mini tubbing it. You can't even tell. I mean, with the seat and everything.
Yeah, it's. I took the seat out and like the bracing in the back, I notched it to where it just barely. I mean, it's crammed in there, but it just barely clears the tubs.
Yeah, because it's really cool.
Yeah.
What we're doing is me and Wayne are trying to get a little together with all the people from
That I
we
used to race with back in the day. He
And,
used to race with.
Right.
getting everybody together and
See if we
Basic-
can have a runoff.
And what we're going to do is we're going to, continue to talk to folks, let the people at home, get to see the people,
Awesome.
what they're about, learn
Yeah.
about the car, what it used to be, what it is today, and then we're talking about maybe going and doing some street racing, pairing everybody up, and just going out and playing like old times.
Oh yeah.
And have you noticed, everybody I'm talking to drives a fucking Chevy. So I was always the odd one out, okay?
Hey, we still talk to you though.
Hey, There is some love there.
That's right.
Maybe there's a reason behind that.
Yeah, I never fucked with them. Oh, they never fucked with me. So.
Right.
There you go.
But that's, it's. I remember watching you. You get out there and get it on with them all the time. So I've seen that car go, and that's why I told Brent that I wanted to get in touch with you. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I did see you at Mike Williams' OG&E car show.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm going to again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I told him I'd go down there. Mike's a good guy.
Yeah, Mike is. Yeah.
So we'll go down there and see each other again. Pig out on that food again.
There you go.
I missed that. When was this?
Shit. Last year.
Yeah.
Oh, I was still in Tennessee.
End of August,
End
yeah.
of August.
Right in the middle of the fucking heat.
Oh, it's good and hot.
Yeah, I hadn't moved back here yet. I was still in Tennessee. But I'll definitely catch the next one.
Yeah.
Sounds like good times.
Yeah. I mean, he puts on a hell of a show. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope I get some shade this time. I don't know if I can fucking make it. I about passed out last
I'm
time.
taking a 10.
Get a 10. I had one too, but
You get a 10, I'm hanging out with him. It's definitely
Yeah.
hot.
yeah.
It is. Smoking.
So what was your most memorable race back in the day?
Oh,
Not
wow.
the time you flipped the fuck.
And
You flipped this car?
Well, I didn't flip it almost. I mean, I could
Almost,
have.
yeah.
I put it on its side. Yeah. Racing Mike Demos.
Mm-hmm.
Long time ago.
There's a name we're gonna go see his ass too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, his old white Chevelle.
Yeah.
I want to hear this flip story.
Well, we went out there to race, and of course it was out in Guthrie.
Yeah.
And-
77.
Yeah. First time I'd ever been out there.
Yeah.
And it looked kind of narrow, but it didn't look nothing out of the normal. Wasn't that bad. But we pulled up there and we were fixing to do our burnout.
Were you launching off the cement bridge?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit, he is close to me.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy that was flagging us, he was like standing on the side of the
Yeah,
road.
he was on the road.
That's how close together you are.
Oh, I had him dive out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Them some bitches, I swear.
But a car came, so we both pulled off. Well, I didn't think nothing about it. We pulled up there, did our burnouts, and we took off. And the car just went nuts. I mean, the car's never done anything like that. It went to the, went to the right, went to the left. I let off the bottle, jumped back in it, and Mike and everybody, they were back, behind me, and that you could see. They said that you could see when the car was going this way, this back tire came off the ground. And then I got back in it, went this way, and this back tire came off the ground. Got out of it again, and I jumped in it one more time, and it started heading for the ditch.
Right.
So I let off the bottle and kind of got out of the throttle, and it was just too late by then. And
Unloaded the chassis. You
yeah,
were fucked.
right down into that ditch, and I was just like, oh my God. So I just held on.
It was at that moment.
Yeah, it was at that moment, yeah.
That's a terrible feeling, ain't it?
It is.
When you're
it
riding
is.
that bitch in.
Oh
you're
my
like,
God. And it was like, it couldn't happen any slower.
Yeah.
But
Goes
the car,
to slow motion, you're fucked up.
Yeah, that's when it gets scary. It's like something crazy's fixing to happen. But the car went down in the ditch and it hit and it just went boom up on its side.
It's kind of rolled over.
And I'm sitting there because I'm all strapped in, of course, I had a harness on and everything, and the car's still running. And I was like, oh my God, kill the car. The fuel pump's on, let's start a fire or nothing. So I killed the
And
killed
up
the
no
car.
oil.
Yeah, that too, burned the motor up. Killed the car, and you don't really realize how heavy those doors are.
Until you
you're
try
trying
to
to push
open
them
them up.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then crawl out. And there was a guy standing there. He was kind of like looking at me while I'm struggling with this car door. And I went, hey man, can you hold that door for me? And he walks over there and holds the door. And I crawl out of the car. And I'm sitting there looking, and everybody's just running and screaming and freaking out. And sitting there looking at it. And
Did D-Moss come back and go, give me my money?
no, they didn't come back, and they helped me. They helped me get it out of there.
Yeah, they're good guys.
They are. They were really cool. But we dumped the car back over. It broke the bead on the front tire, on the front, and I thought the car was just going to be mangled. And it's the way it is now. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a show car, but it's not. I figured the sides were just going to be caved in, but it wasn't, because the field that I went into was like a 6 foot tall field of cattails.
Right.
So it was just like laid it over on a big
Kind
hill.
of cushiony.
Soft.
It was a
Yeah.
cushiony crash.
Cushiony crash, yeah. So I got really, really lucky. Of course I could have died. That's the other thing that's kind of was on your mind.
So did
That's
something
always
happen
a
to the
plus.
car to make it get stupid?
Yeah.
Did something happen to the car to make it get stupid on you? Or?
Well, and that's what I
When he
didn't.
pulled off the road, he probably got wet tires.
That's exactly what happened. I didn't realize it when we were down there walking around. everything was just covered in dew.
Yeah, because we raced late out there.
Yeah, because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Shit, we was out there a couple of times with the D-Mosses, and they had the fucking cops out there watching us.
I've been out there before with Terrell.
We had a whole crowd go out there.
Oh yeah, yeah. And there's usually a pretty good crowd of people out there whenever you go racing.
They were always kind of like our enemy, like that's where we go grudge race,
Right.
Racing us was just like, oh, we were all friends,
Yeah.
Right.
It was always good to go out of town and race somebody else.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that was when I figured out what happened, and because of course when something like that happens, everybody tells you, everybody's got their opinion. Oh well, you did this, you did that, you did this, and so.
And the story changes
always
like
the
12
driver.
times.
Oh yeah.
By
It's
the time
always
it
the
gets,
driver.
Oh yeah.
by the time the story gets back to you of what really happened, you flipped the car 10 times, it's totaled out, and you were in the hospital for 3
Oh my
days.
God, I heard you were dead.
Right.
Motherfucker, I walked out of there. What the?
Right. Stories change like 12 times.
Oh yeah. And my wife didn't find out about it for, I think it was like 3 years later. I just told her I went in the ditch. I didn't tell her I put it on its side because it was really odd. The whole time I had the car on the trailer out in the driveway and everything, was fixing to leave. She's like, I don't think you should go out there. So I was like, oh, there's no way in the world I could tell her because, then I'm going to have to listen to her from now on.
So it didn't do no damage to the car whatsoever?
It did a little bit. Like on the bottom of the rocker, you can see where it's scraped. The back quarter, it got it just a little bit.
I noticed that. So you ain't done no repair since then. Everything. Just,
I replaced the front fenders. One of the fenders is hanging up right there, and
Right.
actually, if you lean up against it, it pops. It'll go thump, and you can reach in there and tap it, and it pops right back out.
Weakened it.
that just adds
Yeah.
character to the car.
Yeah, there you go. So, but I bought new front fenders for it. I bought new front fenders and full rear quarters from my buddy Ron Arnold because he sells all that stuff.
Right.
And I've had them for like 3 years, and I just don't want to cut the car up and have it down and not be able to jump in it and fire it up and drive it if I feel like it. So that's all.
Well, that's what it all is about. We want to stay true to street. We don't want a bunch of cut up race cars anyways
Right,
in
there
this
you go.
deal.
Yeah.
So your future plans is just pretty much leave it alone.
Pretty much, yeah. Other than put the new quarters on it and a little bit of just a fresh coat of yellow. So.
Well, all right, that sounds like a good deal. When we get to do the racing stuff, we'll definitely see you out there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want in on it?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Looking forward to it.
Good.
We got a lot of people interested. We're going to be talking to, and
They're not all going to be fucking pro mods or nothing like that. There's going to be some 11-second, 12-second cars and shit. So we have a good, group.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully we'll be able to coax other people to come down and race us. So
sounds like a plan.
yeah.
Awesome.
Look
Can't
forward
wait.
to seeing you out
Thanks for
there.
your time.
Yeah, it's good seeing you.
Yeah,
Good seeing you, buddy.
Next time we're going to go to John Andrade Sr.'s house, and we'll be visiting with him. Him and Wayne got a big history
Yeah.
with each other.
Yeah, we had helicopters flying over our ass. So
We should have some good stories when it comes to interviewing him in a couple days.
I've already warned him not to say about any of the real stories. You know how that goes.
Right.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week.